Hey now guys, Mr. Big Stuff, who do you think you are? Triple G said he ain't trying to fight in Vegas, but he wants to fight Canelo, but he don't want to fight Canelo in Vegas. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let's jump into it. I did a video about this. Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G is in jeopardy, like Alex Trebek. This is in jeopardy right now. They said, Sports Illustrated, they have sources, and they're actually the writer of it works for DAZN, Chris Mannix. And from his sources, they basically said they've reached a stumbling block or a roadblock, a speed bump in the negotiations. They're trying to line up Canelo's next fight. DAZN's, looking for a big fight. They think Canelo versus Triple G3 is the ticket. I disagree. I don't think people want to see that fight as much as they think people want to see the fight. But nonetheless, this is the avenue they're pursuing. Previously, Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya, hey, he makes a strong case to be Canelo. Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo had this positioning that they weren't willing to fight Golovkin unless he got a belt. I hope they stay true to that, but it makes you really wonder, because how are you in negotiations if Triple G just fought Steve Rolls and you were so stern on he had to have a belt? Then how are you even in failed negotiations, or how are you even at a roadblock? So to me, that stipulates that despite them saying that publicly, they know the deal. DAZN wants this fight, so they were probably negotiating to make the fight. And they got to justify. They're paying Canelo $365 million allegedly. They need big numbers. They need a big fight, and they need customers for life. And, the Canelo Jacobs fight, I don't think it was lived up to expectations, to say the least. It was cool. It's a unification. We support that. But in terms of like a sheer, fight of the year contender or anything, I don't think it was anything like that. And I don't think it even provided numbers in the US that what I would deem as, great numbers, just me personally. But you guys seen the title of the video. My thing is, what is Golovkin? Who does he think he is to defend his positioning and say where he wants to fight? Golovkin lost to Canelo. The boxing is getting real screwy. It's getting real weird. Canelo's clearly the A side. He fought Daniel Jacobs and has definitely had less controversy than when Golovkin beat Jacobs. I think the Canelo Jacobs, he was hesitant at first. So I think, Canelo did his thing, but it was closer than maybe some people gave it credit for. But Canelo won. He got past it, and he looked impressive. To me, Canelo looked more impressive in his best rounds versus Jacobs than Golovkin did. Outside of, I guess, the round where Triple G caught Jacobs and dropped him. That would be his best round. But after that, he started jabbing, and that's it. Canelo was showing the defense, ring IQ, intelligence. He was showing the ability to counter, hand speed, combination punching. He just showed me more. So it's just weird. Like, who does Golovkin think he is to domineer the conversation? And he didn't even have a rematch clause. It shows you he doesn't have the power in the equation at all, because they had a one-way rematch clause that if Canelo were to have lost to Golovkin, he has options on a rematch. But they didn't even give Triple G a rematch clause. So that lets you know where you stand. Canelo has clearly put up better numbers on DAZN in his fielding fight. And just so you guys know, Canelo versus Jacobs is the highest rated US, viewership, concurrent streams or whatnot for DAZN. Behind that is Canelo fielding. Behind that is AJ versus Ruiz. They didn't even release Triple G versus Steve Rolls numbers, so that already lets me know the numbers were probably dreadful, And, Triple G, I think he's lost a lot of profile lately. Still a good fighter, still tough. Got a knockout in his last, but who did you knock out? This is like Tom Schwartz getting knocked out by Tyson Fury. That's cool. It makes a cool highlight to slap on when you have a bigger fight. But real boxing fans know it doesn't really represent anything. You didn't do that to Caleb Smith. You didn't do that to Danny Jacobs in a rematch. You didn't do that to Boo Boo Andrade. Definitely didn't do it to Jamal Charlo. And you didn't do that to Canelo in 24 rounds. So it's like, what does that Steve Rose shit even mean at a catch weight? So it's just weird. Golovkin's standpoint, I guess, is he don't want to fight in Vegas because he fears of the judges. And, you know, old media, some people are going to be like, yeah, he has a point. The second fight wasn't even as controversial. It wasn't controversy at all to me. You know, some people are going to try to make it like that, but I just don't think Triple G has any momentum or leverage to call the shots at all. You know, Canelo just unified. Canelo already beat him, took the belts. It is what it is, despite if you want to cry and say Golovkin somehow won the second fight. He looked horrible to me, except for in the later rounds, you know, and he needed that to save face. So I just think Canelo holds all the cards, and Golovkin should be the one to succumb. I don't even care about Canelo Triple G, so I'm hoping the fight doesn't happen next. This is the reason. I told you guys, Canelo should go after Undisputed, or, you know, maybe a Charlo fight in Texas, Caleb Smith. I like all those options better because they're new, it's fresh, it's something different. My number one choice would be the easiest to facilitate, Andrade, you know, WBO champion, etc. You know, I really don't have interest, but I really have a feeling that Canelo Triple G3, they're publicly putting this notion out to worry fans and kind of scare them. And then somehow, some way, just like after the second one, they try to pull the same tricks over and over and over again. You know, in the second negotiations, Golovkin was like, I won 50-50. And then De La Hoya was tweeting all this. The train has left the station. We're going after Jacobs, and we'll never give you 50-50. And Golovkin was like, oh, 50-50 or nothing. Then they had a meeting, and then Golovkin's like, all right, I'll take 45%. And they're like, no, 45%. And then De La Hoya's tweeting, and Tom Loeffler, you know, everyone's reporting that ESPN's reporting, hey, the fight's not going to happen now. And then De La Hoya allegedly has this Hail Mary play where he puts up his own money and, you know, gets the fight to push through. So it sounds like another one of those where they know this is the fight that DAZN wants, and they're trying to build on it by having this fake drama of Triple G doesn't want it, because I can't understand why Triple G, or how he would even think that he has the leverage to call the shots and move the fight where he wants in New York or Texas. And ultimately, skills pay the bills. Like this shit don't even make sense, because Texas has a history. Shout out to Texas, but they got a history of fudging up boxing scorecards. So I'm pretty sure you don't want to fight Canelo in Texas. Look at Austin Trout. They had open scoring, horrible judging. The open scoring they had after a competitive fight, you know, 6-7 rounds, they had Trout losing virtually every round, needing a knockout to win. So I don't know what. Maybe Golovkin don't know this, but you're not gonna. If you were worried about the Las Vegas judges or whatever bullshit, good luck in Texas, you know, and good luck with Texas referees like Lawrence Cole and shit, bro. It's gonna be you really gonna be in for it. So yeah, man, I don't think Golovkin has the power to dictate anything. That's just my thoughts. Mr. Big Stuff, who do you think you are? Let me know what you guys think. Will this fight happen? Are you excited on a scale 0 to 10? Let me know in the comment section. We work. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.